This is how bull sharks swam upstream 1,700 miles into the Illinois River and possibly the Great Lakes. So imagine this. You and your buddy, two fishermen, are out on the Illinois River fishing. And, you're not expecting to catch anything too crazy, maybe like a largemouth bass, catfish, crappie, stuff like that. And all of a sudden, your buddy yells that he has a fish in the line. So you go to help him reel up this fish. And as you're pulling it out of the water, what is it? A 5-foot, 85-pound bull shark. And this is actually a true story. In 1937, two fishermen caught a 5-foot, 85-pound bull shark in the Illinois River. And I just want to show you guys how crazy this is. So this is Illinois right here. And this is the river mouth of the Mississippi River right here, going into the Gulf of Mexico. So the theory is that it swam up the Mississippi River into Illinois, into the Illinois River, because all those rivers are all connected. So that means that the bull shark would have started from here, it would have swam all the way up the Mississippi River, would have went all this way up here into Illinois. And I'm not sure exactly where it was caught by the two fishermen, but it was somewhere along here. So that means it would have swam 1,700 miles up the Mississippi River. I don't know, to me that's just crazy. And bull sharks are one of the only shark species that can breathe both fresh and salt water, and the technical term for this is diadromous. And on top of all this, bull sharks are one of the most aggressive sharks on the planet with the highest testosterone level of any shark. And don't leave yet, ever since then there's been ongoing reports and sightings of bull sharks in the Great Lakes. And these are the Great Lakes we're talking about, the closest ocean being 2,000 miles away. But in the summer of 1995, George Lawson was supposedly bitten on his right leg by a bull shark in Lake Michigan in the Chicago area. Luckily, John Adler rescued George by hauling him onto shore and reported that George was missing a large chunk of his right leg. So John took him to the hospital, and when the doctors inspected the bite, the doctors claimed that it was indeed a shark bite. And also the bite was non-fatal, they fixed him up just fine. Now, how would a bull shark get into the Great Lakes? So the theory that marine biologists have come up with is that juvenile bull sharks, along with a whole bunch of other marine life, will actually get sucked up into the ballast tanks of ships at sea. So if you don't know, a ballast tank is at the bottom of every ship, and it basically sucks up water to give it more buoyancy and balance it. And at the end of the ride, it'll actually just dump out all that water. So the theory is that cargo ships from like Florida or whatever will fill up their ballast tanks and suck up bull sharks and other marine life, which is the bull shark's food source in the ballast tank while it's like going up. So they think that it'll suck up all these bull sharks, travel all the way up here into the St. Lawrence Seaway, and then into the St. Lawrence River, which is connected to the Great Lakes. So they think these ships travel all the way up here with bull sharks in their ballast tanks. It's a crazy theory. I don't know if I believe it or not, but I don't know. It's a theory. So they think that it'll drop off its cargo in Michigan or whatever, and then release all these bull sharks. Because what happens is at the end of the trip, the ship has to like release all the water in the ballast tank to, I don't know, give it more balance or whatever, buoyancy. But they say back then they would just swim up the Mississippi River to get into the Great Lakes. But nowadays there's all these dams and locks in the Mississippi River, so they say they get caught in these cargo ships to get into the Great Lakes. If there are still sharks getting in the Great Lakes, of course. But even if by some miracle a bull shark manages to get into the Great Lakes, they're not surviving more than one summer. Because once that Michigan winter kicks in, they ain't surviving it. Trust me. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today, guys. See ya.